Hello again, my class. Okay, and now that we've done this first exercise, okay, in which I read from the two columns, and you had to guess which minimal pair was used. Now we're going to do a similar activity in that you will have to listen carefully and try to identify which word I have said, okay, from our list here. So once again, this activity is similar. To show you this up close, I'm going to read from these sentences, but you won't know which word of the two I'm going to say. You'll have to listen. And in almost every case, as you'll see from the examples, there's a mess they have to clean up. So, as you'll see in the examples, in almost every case, either one of the words is possible, so we have to listen carefully. All right, are we ready to begin? Good. Okay. First sentence. They need more bins. They need more bins. Do we know which one it is? This, yes. The short guy, okay? Number two. Do you want a leek? Leek is going to be a long I, and leeks, by the way, are like an unusual type of onion, if you didn't know. Okay. Number three. He wants to buy the ship. Ship, not sheep, ship. That's going to be the short I. Right? Sheep, long I, ship, short I. Very similar, very difficult. Okay, you can't, excuse me, number four, I can't give you this cheap. Cheap, as in not being very valuable for money. Okay, number five, you mustn't hit it. You mustn't hit, it's the short I, okay? I know I'm going fast, but this is for the sake of the exercise, so we complete it quickly. Number six. He does eat sometimes. Eat. Not it, but eat. Okay? And finally, number seven, it was a long week. Again, the long I, week. Right? Not wick. Okay. There we have it. Okay, I hope that helps. We'll practice more later. And in the next activity, by the way, we're going to be working together in pairs. So you all will be able to practice with someone else, and your colleagues can tell you if you're pronouncing it correctly, okay? Thanks very much. Okay, hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be teaching a class about minimal pairs, and specifically these two minimal pairs will be the long I, which is this phonetic symbol. The umlaut always indicator, or this symbol always indicates a longer sound, and the short I, okay? And what we're going to do is, we will be talking about these two minimal pairs in particular, because I find that with my typical classes, which are adult native Spanish speakers, this is a particularly difficult pairing because we don't have this distinction in Spanish. So the results can be pretty funny too, some of the errors, right? And they can also, the differences in the pronunciation can create global misunderstanding, right? So it's actual total loss of understanding. So it's important to be able, it's very important to be able to identify and correctly pronounce this and understand the minute difference that there is between this. So we're going to be using this awesome worksheet we found from English Club. Thank you, English Club. Hopefully you can see this. And what I'll be doing today is, first I'll give a brief explanation of the differences between the two sounds. So as we know, of course, they're very similar, it's minimal pairs. But, and then I'm just going to be doing one part of this activity, which is reading from one of these two words from the two columns, and I want you, my students in the class, to tell me which it was, okay? And so first things first, I'll be trying to explain the positions in the palate and the mouth with the, especially the tongue and the lips on this particular pronunciation. So it's very similar. The long I, start off with that, this is why we say in English cheese when we take photos. It makes you smile. So if you're making the sound correctly, you want to be actually tense on the outside of your mouth, on the corners of your mouth. So it's a cheese, and the tongue is going to be almost floating in the middle. It's not touching the bottom of the mouth, it's not touching the roof of the mouth, it's not touching the teeth, it's just kind of floating in the middle to make that E, okay? And later, the short I is going to be nearly identical. I think physically the biggest difference is just you're not extending the outsides of your mouth out, and you're not stressing it as much. Okay, so that's gonna be like a fit, right? We have feet and fit. The tongue position is almost equal. It's really, as I said, the biggest difference is if you sort of make that smile, that forced smile. Okay, so now what I want you all to do, my students, is take your extra piece of paper, which you have, and we're going to roll it up and make Harry Potter wands. And after we're done making our Harry Potter wands, what I'm going to do now, since you all already have these two symbols on your desk in pairs, what I want you to do is slap the corresponding sound that you think I have said, okay? So, I'm now going to read from this list. Are you ready? Good, let's begin. Fit. That's correct. Fit is going to be here. Beans. Beans is the longer one. Lick. Shorter one. Sheet. Longer one. Chip. Ooh, that one's a little bit harder. Chip. That's this one. Heat. Oh, put on. Heat is going to be this one, the longer one. It. That's a difficult word too because it just comes so quickly. Later, seen. Long. And last one, wick. And that's short. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll continue with the class later.